I'm standing in front of the 180 because it's way better to look at than anything else. This is just a quick little intro into what you're about to watch, which is me fixing the E36. This is going to be sort of like its own little segment of my car, and then we will have videos of Rob's car, which is an E36, but we need the new motor first, so he's just waiting to get that, and then we'll have some more content on that one. Got to paint Aaron's car, which I'm sure you would have seen in one of the videos, him hammering the rear end out and making the boot fit again and stuff like that. We've got footage of Ned's street car as well, when that motor comes back from the machine shop. And then Jared's car we're painting as well. So heaps of exciting stuff, and painting the 180 as well. So that's become street car, still registered until tomorrow. So what you're about to see is the E36, or SR36 as we call it, because it's SR20, E36. Basically I had was given the shell, bought the SR20 off Aaron and made it work. So yeah, what you're about to see is fixing up some of the wiring. It's not neat wiring, it's still not neat, even though I finished it. It was just more of a tidy up and made more sense and easy access to get to the fuse panel and stuff like that, so that we could diagnose things that were wrong if they ever did happen. And then you'll see us put the rear end back together and then painting it. And I'm not gonna make you guess what color it is. We're gonna go like a sort of like a baseo blue, the same color as Ned's blue Laurel, which I'm sure you'd see in some of our videos. Something similar to that, like a baseo blue with some more grey in it, or more silver in it. And then lower half will be champagne, which is the same color as Aaron's street car. I'll try and Photoshop a picture of my car with the about here, should be, and should look good. We've sort of seen similar colour schemes before, so it should work. But yeah, just a quick little intro of what you're going to see now, and plenty more stuff that I've been filming and slowly editing, but it takes time. I'm doing both. I'm trying to learn to film a bit more consistently. I think that we just need a little bit more concise videos, something that you guys can follow along on, but getting better, slowly improving, I think. Stick around and we should have some good stuff to watch. The 180 is out of the shed. I have to fix this and this whole thing, and this needs to be repainted, and this. But I need the space in the shed because I need to start working on the Beamer. So basically, rear end is looking pretty sad at the moment. So gonna use the rear end of the shell that are cut to pieces. And use the rear end to fix that. And then I grabbed all the doors and stuff because I can't trust my driving. The other thing I need to do is change underneath my dash where my fuse box is and all my like engine loom and stuff goes, because passengers kick it and I can't be bothered warning them about it anymore, and it just needs to tidy up. So I'm going to take the dash out. I've got a plan and I've got a whole bunch of stuff to neaten it up. Rear end's looking real sad. A bunch of power steering leakage that I have to address, but I need to get it up on the hoist to figure out why, or at least jack it up. She got used and abused. So the dash is out. It's only like a few bolts, but as you can see, it's an absolute nightmare in here.
This is Devil's Snare. You have to relax.
It's absolutely toast. So I need to tidy that up, and like, you know, all of this was like made in a hurry and on the cheap when I was first building it. There's 1,000,001 joiners, but you know, onward and upward. I'll pull it all to pieces and start thinking of a new way to kind of wire it so that it's one, tucked up out of the way, but you can still access it. Definitely fix up that ECU loom, because my ECU sits in my glove box and then the wires just hang down and people hit it with their feet, and just worries me a little bit. And like, the dump pipe is right where this is all bashed in. Little bits here and there. I'll eventually get it all done. The panel is out and it's still a mess. I've got a heap of like tracing to do, and you know, actually solder. You can just see it's just a mess at the moment. So I've just got to go through it all and fix her up. Like this. I don't know where this goes. And it's black. I'll show you the panel as well. It's also like 400 degrees today. So this is the panel. And as you can see, like behind is just, it made sense at the time, like that pulled out when I took the panel out and she was on the way out. So yeah, so my plan is we made this distribution block, which is just sketchy as, and then it had a separate fuse panel. So I've bought this, which is just from J-Car, and yeah, so it's the distribution block and the fuse panel at the same time. So the other thing I need to do is just make a panel that will fit somewhere, that'll be easy access, and won't melt in the heat, because this stuff has a tendency to warp. Like that was straight when I made this, and the heat from the trans tunnel has just melted it and the weight has keeled it over. So I just got to go through this and unplug everything and just make it all nice again, so that at least if something electrical does go wrong, it'll be a lot simpler. I'm about halfway through and I'm actually heaps happy with it. And at least where I'm going to mount it, you'll be able to get to the fuses. This is all my ECU stuff, so I kept that separate so it doesn't get too confusing. And then this little cover, so at least I know what I'm looking at. This is the main power, so I'll probably cut these out, make them a bit bigger just so that wire can reach. I'm actually stoked with this. It'll be a lot easier to look at and know what's going wrong or what's going on. Keep chipping away. I'll call it a day. I got the brackets in and yeah, I'm pretty stoked with it. It's got like retro Game Boy style, like all that clear shit that they used to produce, like Apple and the Game Boys and Nintendo, like the Nintendo 64 controllers and stuff. So it's pretty cool. I'm kind of into it. I was going to paint it black, but I don't know. I like it clear. Also, told you I'm dyslexic. Not divine. Yeah, It's raining and I left all my parts outside, but they need a wash. Free wash. Anyway, back onto the BMW. Woke up kind of early, chucked me work boots on, socks and slides, classic look, classic fit.
How do you do, fellow kids?
So this morning I tucked the wiring up for the wires to the relays for the windows and the brake lights as well. Yesterday I taped up the loom, as you can see. I extended these wires just so that when I put the fuse panel back into place, the wires will have enough length and I can just cut them to whatever length I need. And I'll probably have to do the same for the ECCS relay, the ECU, but it's starting to come together. It's looking a bit nicer under here at least, which is good. So I tried to fit the fuse panel just here, it was just a little bit too far towards the middle of the car, and it was actually hitting the back of the glove box. Only just, but I just don't want it vibrating around. So I'm going to move the mounting point to about here. That will move it across, and then this will just fit in nicely. Yeah, so that's the next part of it. And this will probably sit up over the top of the panel and then into the back of the glove box. I just have to manhandle it. Once it clicks in, I can tighten it up and it'll pull it in. And actual loom itself, just from factory, is tucked off to the right, looking at it this way, so it should work if I need to come around in a tight position. Almost there. Alright, that should be everything plugged in. So I spent a little bit of time just getting all the terminals in the right spot and things like that. So I have to find, whoop, good. About to find out whether or not ignition works. Not sure if fuel pump works. Oh, yep, fuel pump. Out of gear. Yeah, so one of my gauges is playing up. But don't know. Oh well, I'll figure that out, and that's good. She runs. But also this light isn't working. Why? Alright, so my charge light isn't working either, so I'm gonna have to figure that one out as well. So yesterday the charging light for the alternator wasn't working, so I spent the rest of the day diagnosing that. I'm not sure if it was just the light because I used an LED with no resistor, or whether my alternator is actually cooked. And I also found out that my earth wire to my wipers had pulled out, so I had to fix that as well. But the car runs, so that's good. It's just I got to make sure that the alternator's working so that I charge my battery. So I've just temporarily wired this up just to check, make sure that the light is working, which it is. So if I put this on a earth to the main power, turn the car on, and there you go. Never mind the beep, it's just warnings. So I was like, okay, well that's working. Alternator's cooked. So I went and had a look at the plug, made sure the plug was in, it was fine. Gave the wires a tug, and sure enough, this just pulled straight out. So basically, the lesson here is don't let me near any tool ever. Anyway, I'll fix it and see if it works. Fixed it! So it ended up just being dirty terminals on the alternator plug, but so that you guys can see what I was trying to get to happen, if you watch the light, turns on when there's power, and then if I actually turn the car off, so this is to show that it's not charging, and then when it turns off it will show that it is charging. So the car's running now and the light's off, so that means that the car is charging and not using 12 volt. So yeah, so that's it. All it was just dirty terminals, which is crazy, but fixed now, so I can put it back in the dashboard thing that I made for the gauges and put the dash back in. Well, that's with the dash back in. Not everything's bolted together, but at least it's the main carcass of it is in. And yeah, already it makes so much more sense, like that panel being there and stuff, so I'm pretty stoked. I did it. I did it. Well, She's on, running, dash is all back together, and that's it. Call it a day.
Several days later.
Today we fixed this, pretty bent. This is like buckled down and in. You can see it's all kinked here. And then this side isn't too bad, but down below's been punched in. So time to make those bits fit the back. So I used the port of power, pushed this like bottom pocket out, and it's actually come up pretty square to where it was. All this was like folded in on itself. I can probably try and go a bit more, but it's a track car, so who cares? That's good enough as long as the rear bar goes back on. And then I was looking at this, and I think from looking at the other one, it's really not that bad. I could probably even keep this side and just like maybe cut an over fender and just put it over so that it's straight. This side on the other hand is completely cactus. The only other thing that I'd like to change is this bottom bit here, because it's all caved in and stuff, but I'll talk to Dobo when he gets here because he's coming over to help. Dobo's here! Hello. This is where I'm up to. Making progress? Maybe. Yeah! Straight as a dime! Hell yeah! Sick! Mechanic! Much straighter. Still on the piss, but well, for a bunch of morons, that's not bad. Oof! Them panel gaps be gone.
Now it looks like a cop car.
Yeah, sort of. Black and white.
Yeah. Too warm.
There's a hole.
Yes, you are correct, sir.
Turn it all the way down.
Hey?
Couldn't you turn it all the way down?
No, because then it gets spattery.
Ah.
And it doesn't... Fuck's sake.
What do you know?
Not a lot, especially not how to put quarters on a Beamer.
Hey,
But they're on.
they're on. They're straight.
It's great.
It's straight as a dime.
Looks good from my house.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Good paint. But you have to try a little bit to make it look nice. Just a little bit, not a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not hard.
If they look decent, driving at like 100 kilometers an hour whilst you're standstill, that's all that matters. Should put the rear bar on.
Mm.
We're almost there, Dobo.
Brand new day and a brand new car.
Brand new year, new quarters. And then it's paint time. Painting!
How are you gonna go?
Can't tell the viewers, dude.
Oh no. Comment down below.
Oh, enough. Two-tone. Blue and champagne.
Yeah.
It's bloody straight, Dobo.
Oh yeah, sure. Not bad for a day's work. You could spend fucking weeks on it.
Yeah. But let's be honest, my kind of driving, we're probably going to be buying another shell and doing this again, so...
Yeah, every year.
Do-
This is what we do at our summer break.
Yeah. Do a Matt Walker.
Yeah.
Keep a car for a year. Thanks for your help.
Anytime.
Couple bits and pieces left. And then she'll be done. Got a drag wing to make. It's actually out of the two-piece wing that I'll insert here. It's just the lower section with the legs cut off. And I'm going to expand a foam and then fiberglass over. It's a big day. I couldn't have done it without Dobo. Having someone to help is always a blessing, and we managed to smash it out in a day. The parts I used weren't perfect, obviously, like there and here. But it's a drift car, so who cares? It's all about making it look decent enough when it's in the pit and drive it like it doesn't matter. I'm excited to paint it. It's going to be nice having a car that's not black, because God knows how many black BMWs there are. Yeah, it'll be the first time I've ever painted two-tone. I've painted cars before. I've painted the 180 plenty of times. I've painted this. Just some parts on this. A little bit to go, and then absolutely tearing. I've still got to fix the exhaust because it's got a dirty kink in it from when I hit the wall. Camber arms cooked on driver's side. As you can see, it pretty much has like positive camber. And the power steering. But that'll all be covered. I'll make sure I film it.